Hello guys, NumberOne here, and today I am doing my top 10 most powerful XYZ monsters of all time. Now, last week I did my top 10 most powerful pendulum monsters of all time, so I thought why not go on to the most powerful XYZ monsters of all time. Now, seeing as this is a list where it's XYZ monsters, I decided to go with cards that aren't even out yet as well, such as Treat Toad, because it is one of the most powerful pendulum monsters of all time, and it's going to be out at the end of the month regardless, so we will be seeing it soon. And yeah, also for it to make it on this list, it has to be how usable the card is and how powerful the card is actually. So how usable is in other decks, and how good the card actually used in a specific deck. So without further ado, let's go into number 10. So number 10 was a little iffy for me because there are quite a lot of good XYZ monsters, but number 10 I decided to go with Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. Now, the reason I went with Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon is simply because it can't be destroyed by effects, and it says every time your opponent activates an effect, they take 500. So just in itself, this card has ended multiple games purely because they can't activate so many effects that they lose instantly because of the card. So knowing that there are this card is out saying, oh, I play a rank 7 deck, say Odd Eyes, and you're going to activate multiple effects. Oh, you're on low life points. Activate Red Eyes Flare. Well, summon Red Eyes Flare. Now if you activate so many effects, you're going to lose. So knowing this really made me think that Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon is one of the most powerful XYZ monsters in the game, and thinking this really did help me decide that it is one of the most powerful XYZ monsters in the game right now. So yeah, reasons this card is number 10 is because it can't be destroyed by effects, and well, I also didn't say that it's a big monster with 2800 attack, but same anyway. It's unaffected. It can't be destroyed by effects. It's a big monster, and it inflicts 500 damage whenever your opponent activates an effect, which has ended multiple games. So just knowing this makes me realize that Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon is number 10 of the most powerful XYZ monsters of all time. So without further ado, let's go on to number 9. So number 9 was another iffy one for me because it was actually kind of like, is this card really worth the spot? And in the end, I decided with, of course it is. It does something great, and it can be used in easy decks. So number 9 goes to Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. Why Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon, you ask? Well, for starters, if this card's effect says take control of an opponent's monster, well, target one face-up monster and then take control of it, plus that monster becomes Galaxy Cypher, and it gains Cypher's attack, meaning it becomes a 3k monster no matter what. And the only drawback to this effect really is that Cypher is the only monster that cannot attack directly. So, well, I believe it is. I've got it on the screen, but while this card is applied, it has an effect. For the rest of this turn, except this card. Oh, so yeah, only Cypher Dragon can attack directly. So knowing this really does make me think, oh, so if I take an XYZ monster, I get a free full armor dragon, and knowing this makes me think, well, this is a great card in general. It makes easy Galaxy. It's a Galaxy Eyes monster. It can go into Cypher. Well, Cypher can make one of your opponent's XYZ monsters into your monster by putting a full armor or a dark matter on it. So you're going to end the turn with like 2 4k monsters if you use this card. So knowing this really did make me think that it's a great card to use in that retrospect. Plus, the card is just 2 level 8 monsters, meaning it's a generic XYZ monster, which is really good. And sure, right now it can only be used really in Blue Eyes, but when we get another level 8 deck, I'm sure this is going to be used in that deck regardless. Like, it's such a good card, and I can't believe that more people, well, I haven't really been seeing most people using it in their Blue Eyes deck, but me personally sees this as number 9 of the most powerful XYZ monsters of all time. Okay, so that's number 9. Let's go on to number 8. So number 8 was another iffy one. It was between two monsters, either Dante or the bitch Beatrice. So don't get me for that, YouTube heroes, please. I need my channel. I need it, please. Never mind. But yeah. So Beatrice is number 8 because multiple reasons actually. One, it's a generic XYZ monster. Two, it's a burning. It can be overlaid over a Dante very easily. And 3, you can use it in any rank 6 deck to get any card in the graveyard, which is essentially the Lavarval Chain. So knowing that it's a Lavarval Chain really does make you think, oh, this card can send any level 6, any card from my deck to the graveyard. Monarchs. I can send, let's see, a Pantheism, a Prime, any spell or trap card I want, any pet monster I want, say Erebus. Like, this card, sure, you can't really do that anymore, but even though that happened in those days, it's still good. Plus, you use it in today's DDDs to send your slimes, your necro slimes, your what else? Well, anything really. You could send like you could send your DDD Kaiser. You could send your Ragnarok. You could send your fusion spells. Anything you don't want to draw, and you can just like recycle them as well when the new DDD stuff comes out. So just being a card that can literally has Lavarval Chain's effect really does make me think, oh, this is a card that is worth being on this list. So why don't I put it on here? So yeah, number 8 goes to Beatrice, the Eternal Lady. Now let's move on to number 7. Okay, so number 7 was another iffy one because it was like between two other cards, so I had to go back and forth between the two. But nonetheless, it's still one of the great cards, and this card is Castel. Now, Castel is purely on this list because it's one of the best rank 4 XYZ monsters in the game. If you can play level 4 monsters, you play this card. So there's no real reason for me to not say that Castel is not number 7. And seeing it as number 7 really doesn't change my mind. Because, one, saying I can compose any card on your field or any face-up card from your field back into the deck is just like stupid beyond belief as to begin with. And also saying, oh, I can set any monster you control, which you really wouldn't do usually, but carry on anyway. Being able to set any monster your opponent controls can really help you out in some situations as well. So knowing this really does make me think that's a number 7. And being able to shuffle back any card from the field that's face up, just stupid in general. So yeah, that's number 8, Castel. So let's go on to number 7. I think it's number 7. Oh wait, no, that was number 7, sorry. Let's go on to number 6. So, yeah. Number 6 is an XYZ monster that you probably all know. If you play Burning Abyss, Mermails, or anything like that, you hate this card to death. And that is Abyss Dweller. Now, Abyss Dweller is a card that says... Sorry, a little bit of stutter there. That says, you cannot activate effects in the graveyard. So, what does this mean? Oh, Mermails. All my effects trigger in the graveyard. Oh, BA. All my effects trigger in the graveyard. Oh, DDD in the future. My effects can trigger in the graveyard. This hurts me. So, knowing this really makes me realize that Dweller is one of the best level rank 4 XYZ monsters, and it deserves to be at number 6. So, yeah. Number 6 goes to Dweller because it can stop so many decks that it's unbelievable, and it's just another great rank 4. Plus, if you have a Northern under there, it goes to 2-2. Really, pretty good. So yeah, number 6 goes to Abyss Dweller. Let's move on to number 5. So, number 5 is a banned card that was banned because people wanted it banned, really. And, like, personally, I don't see the need of it being banned. And that is Lavarval Chain. And sorry for that, guys. My mom just came in and stuff. But, nonetheless, is Lavarval Chain. So, why Lavarval Chain at number 5? Well, The card says you can stack any monster card on top of your deck, which is just amazing in general. Because in Tellarknights, oh, I think I'm gonna top deck my Altair. Oh, I think I'm gonna top deck my Deneb. Oh, I think I'm gonna top deck my Yugioh. In Pendulums, it's like, oh, I think I'm gonna top deck my Skullcrusher Joker. Oh, I think I'm gonna top deck my Sorcerer. Oh, I think I'm gonna top deck any Pendulum monster that I need for a scale next turn. And so on and so forth. Like, this card was one of the most broken cards in the game. Plus, it says, send any card to the graveyard, just like Beatrice. Like, this card was banned just from being able to send any card to the graveyard. And that really does make it stupid. So, knowing this makes it an easy number 5 spot. Like, the ones under this are, like, even more powerful. And just knowing this as just a rank 4 generic that can send any card to the graveyard and top deck any monster card really does give it the top 5 spot. So yeah, that's number 5. Let's go on to number 6. Wait, no, number 5. Blair. Okay. So, number 5 is a monster that came out in Breakers of Shadows. You all should know what this is, and that is Cyber Dragon Infinity. Now, why is Cyber Dragon Infinity on this list? Well, it's easy to make with Nova in like Cosmo and any machine deck. Like, you can even play it in the pure Cyber Dragons, and Cyber Dragons are a pretty decent deck still when you look at it on paper. Like, that deck could probably top a regional. And just seeing Infinity being like this one card that says, oh, I'm going to negate any cards, I'm going to absorb your monsters, and I can go into myself very easily. Really, you don't have to think about this card being at number 4. So, yeah, why else would you think this card is at number 4? Really, like, it absorbs cards, easy to make, and can negate anything. So, saying these 3 factors really just makes me think, oh, if anyone hears this, they should realize this is a broken card and deserves to be at number 4. So yeah, guys, number 4, Infinity. Let's go on to number 3. So number 3 was a iffy choice, in my opinion, and it was Utopia the Lightning. Why Utopia the Lightning, you may be asking? Well, let's start off with, it's an Armides. It's an Armides, for Christ's sake. Like, knowing that it's an Armides is just pretty stupid in general. Like, what other rank 4 in the game, well, any XYZ monster in the game, has an effect that says your opponent cannot activate effects when this card attacks? I don't think there are any XYZ monsters other than Utopia the Lightning in the game that say that. So, just knowing that to begin with is very good in itself. Plus, this card can be used in any rank 4 deck, as we've seen. As soon as it came into the TCG, I put it in my extra deck instantly and won an LLDS because of it. Like, this card can get you over any monster. Any monster. Because it says, when it attacks 2 materials, it goes to 5k. How stupid is that? Like, Utopia the Lightning is literally, oh, I want to get over any monster in the game and I don't want my opponent to be able to respond to it? Well, I'm going to summon a card that is trash, then turn it into a card that is good. So, I summon Utopia, then I summon Armides, which can also go to 5k. Yeah, this is pretty balanced. But, yeah, guys, on all seriousness, Utopia the Lightning is number 3 purely because it can go to a very big beat stick. It has an effect that stops your opponent from actually doing anything to it. And it's a very easy to make card. Also, being able to use it in multiple decks kind of boosted it as well. So, yeah, number 3 goes to Utopia the Lightning. Let's move on to number 2. So, number 2, this wasn't a card that I had to put on number 2. There's no way I couldn't put this card at number 2. And this card is Treat Toad. Now, Treat Toad was an obvious choice for number 2. Let's just be honest here. Like, you're probably thinking, oh, why isn't Treat Toad number 1? Well, you guys will get it once I say it. You probably have already guessed what number 1's by now, but let me get into why Treat Toad is number 1. Well, number 2. Well, Treat Toad to begin with is number 1, Well, number 2. I keep going on num 1s and 2s, but it's number 2 because it has the same effect as Infinity, saying I can negate anything. But the boost with the boosted effect of I'm going to then set it onto my field. So knowing this makes me think, oh, you're gonna Raigeki me? I'm gonna take it. You're gonna Mirror Force me? I'm gonna take it. You're going to activate your Infinity? I'm going to take it. And knowing this really does make me think, oh, I can then take any card my opponent controls if they activate anything I want. Because they could be like, oh, I activate Desires. I use Tree Toad, negate the Desires, and set it onto my board. That means I have a Desires for next turn, plus they've banished 10 cards from their deck. Or another example, they... what else? Okay, they normal summon any monster with a summoning effect. They activate their effect, I'm going to set it to my field. And knowing these are things just really makes me think that it deserves to be on number 2 by itself. Plus, it also has the added effect of, if it goes to the graveyard, you can add any water monster from your graveyard to your hand, which is another added bonus, which is just great. Plus, with the easiness to make it when it comes out, with stuff like Bahamut Shark, Paleozoics, and Frogs, like, it really is going to be an easy Xyz to make. And just knowing this makes me think, oh, this definitely deserves to be on the number 2 spot because it has negate ability, it has recycle ability, and it's an easy to make card as well. So knowing all these things really does make me think, oh, this card deserves to be a number 2. So now, guys, that's the reasons why I think Tree Toad is number 2. Let's finally go on to the number 1 best XYZ monster of all time, which we'll go to now. So off to number 1. So, you guys waiting for number 1. Number 1 is this one card that has been banned. It didn't deserve to be banned. Well, it kind of did. But this card is Telenite Ptolemaeus. Why Ptolemaeus? Well, let's get into it first. It says detach 2 free materials and rank it up. You basically go, oh, I want to go into any rank 5 in my extra deck. I'm going to just put this card on top. I'm just going to detach 3 materials and make it. So, when this card, the first time this card was banned on the emergency ban list was mainly because of Infinity. Now, even though Infinity came out, this card was still a very broken card. Because this card allowed you to make cards like, in any rank 4 deck, I might add, like Ptolemaeus, Volcasaur. Wait, I don't know if you can make a number monster. Okay, except a number monster. My mistake. Ptolemaeus. You can make Pleiades. You can make Zenmighty. You can make any rank 5 monster in the game. Tyrus. Or anything else like rank 5 based. And it's just like, oh, I'm going to make any rank 5 I want in the game. And I'm just going to say, I don't give a shit. Like, just knowing that really doesn't have to have an explanation. Like, any card that does that should not be allowed to exist. And also, it's a quick effect. So, even if your opponent, like, Veilers it, you can chain to it and be like, oh, you're going to go into this. So, no matter what you do, unless you have, like, Strike or Warning, like, you're going to get a free rank 5. And knowing this really does make me think, oh, this definitely deserves to be number 1 on the list. Plus, it's a rank 4 that can be made with 2 or more. Plus, it made easy access to stuff like Diamond, Ptolemaeus, because you could be like, oh, Diamond, Ptolemaeus to Diamond, go Ptolemaeus to Diamond, then M7. So, knowing all this really does make me think, oh, Ptolemaeus is definitely the most powerful XYZ monster in the game. So, yeah, guys, that's my main reasons for why Ptolemaeus is the best card in the game. Well, best XYZ monster in the game. So, yeah, guys, this is my list. This is my own opinion on what I think is the top 10 XYZ monsters of all time. If you guys think if you guys think differently, tell me in the comment section below. If you liked this list, give this video a thumbs up. And as always, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for